What is up, and welcome back. If this is your first time watching, we are your Emerald Coast relocation team. Well, we have just hit, I guess we're just past our 1 year of living in the Emerald Coast. And so we wanted to recap, mainly because there's so many times that we're talking to you guys when you're like, hey, you know what, I want to relocate into Pensacola, I want to relocate into Navarre, all these different areas. Do you think it was worth it after you did the move from Colorado? We're going to break into that. We're going to kind of talk about our journey coming into Florida, some struggles that we went through moving here, and towards the end of the video we will tell you whether or not definitively whether it was worth the move. I'm going to give you a quick disclaimer. This is going to be super raw, and so those of you who don't really hold the same beliefs or whatever it is that we do, you might not like it, and that's okay, because a lot of the people that we surround ourselves with and then we've helped relocate to this Emerald Coast, you are doing it for the same exact reasons that we did it. All right, so first let's talk about our journey here. Where it all started. It all kind of started in 2020.
Yeah, so COVID. So this all started when we were looking kind of down by our south property, which is over by Lake Clearwater and that whole area, and we were... this all happened with COVID. The Colorado shut down, and we were ready to just like not only for the first time ever did we like our works kind of went on hold, and we were both sitting there like, oh my gosh, like Peter had done all these honey-do lists, and we had made it through literally all this renovation of the house, and we're like going stir crazy. So we went down to South Florida, our other property. We loved it. They were like, gosh, what would it be like if we moved here? But we really couldn't find, good schools. We were paying for private school in Colorado, and we knew that when we went to South Florida, we would be probably still paying that, private school cost. So we actually did not make the big move in 2020 during COVID like we thought that we would have.
Well, I think it's fair to say though that we still kind of searched, right? Yeah. We were still sitting there like looking, because we had looked a little bit into Texas, kind of like the Dallas,
we looked a lot into
surrounding
Texas.
area. Oh, a lot into Texas,
yes.
A little bit into Tennessee, and then after all that, I feel like as Colorado kind of started opening back up, that's when we stood back a little bit like, I mean, do we really want to do this? Is it really like one of those things, like I'm a 5th generation Colorado native, or I was. It's like, do we really want to uproot our family and then bring them all the way into Florida? And then stuff started getting a little bit more crazy in Colorado, to where we were doing private school because we were not comfortable with what was being accepted in the schools in regards to, pretty much pronouns, picking your gender, like all this stuff that we
at a very
did not
young
like.
age.
At a very young age. I mean, kids were calling each other racist, and they were 7 years old, and we're like, this is not good. So I feel like that's what really pushed us out, right? And so we just really started kind of diving a little bit deeper. At this time too, we've probably mentioned this before, we do Airbnbs, or we did, now they're all full-time rentals, and we purchased an Airbnb down here, and we fell in love with this area.
We did not want to leave. We were so sad. So we, at first, when we first started talking about moving to Florida, we thought we were being impulsive, like, things are starting to get a little bit more normal.
Yeah, who doesn't want to move next to the beautiful beach?
Yeah, we're like, oh gosh, of course you want to live. I mean, living next to the beach has always been a dream of mine, so it still just seemed kind of like a faraway dream. Well, when we bought our second property up here, in Gulf Breeze, right outside Pensacola, we did not want to go home. Like, we were here, we loved it, and then we kept catching ourselves. We were like, gosh, what if we did? Like, could we just move? And we're like, no, we can't just move. Like, our families would just, like, abandon us. And then we left. Remember the first time we left?
Well, hold on. Okay. I feel like this is the weirdest thing ever, but there was, like, that straw that broke the camel's back for us. The plastic bag ban in Colorado. We're like, okay, I'm done. I'm out. This is it. It seems like it's such a stupid little thing.
Even knew about
so in Colorado, like the first year was they charged you, I think it was 20 or 25 cents a bag. And then this year is when it went into effect, where there's no plastic bags whatsoever in the grocery stores. It's not so much about the plastic bags as much as it's like, all right, Colorado's just getting way too progressive for us. We do not like that. We feel like
didn't have a choice anymore.
Yeah, taxes started going up.
It was costing us more to live the life that we wanted. Like, they were like, oh, you can have plastic bags, but you're going to pay for it. Oh, you can have good school, but you're going to pay for it. So it was just all these things. We're like, gosh, we're now paying for this life that doesn't really fit into what Colorado has as, like, public school's free. If you want to carry your bags, which I think is great if you want to carry your bags in the grocery store. I have 2 kids that are running in 2 directions. I can't also figure out where the bags are. Like, I can't tell you how many times I was just trying to keep my kids in one space, let alone carrying in my own bag. So it was just a convenience thing for us. Like, believe me, we love the earth. It has nothing to do with that.
We love the turtles.
We love all the things, okay? It was literally just trying to survive, like with your kids in a grocery store. Like, hello, all your moms out there, give me a thumbs up, because we all know how hard taking your kids to the grocery store as it is.
Yep.
Now remember carrying in all the different bag options. It was just really, really challenging. And that was something we're like, gosh, we are paying to just live the life that we're trying to live and do a good job at while raising like decent human beings.
Yeah, exactly. And so that kind of puts us over. So at this point, we're like, all right, it's done. We're moving. We're out of here. We're going to be doing this. It was over, 2 months where it was just sporadic, where it was like, we're going. Let's go.
Well, and I feel like there was a time frame where we also were getting feedback from family and friends. They thought we were having a midlife crisis.
Yep.
And, because Peter's a 5th generation native and our entire families live in Colorado. So when people
They're like, you'll be back.
Yeah, they're like, you're just like having a moment. We're like, okay. But this was also during the time where we were taking our kids to certain restaurants and we were starting to see little boys dress in little girls' clothes and, adults, which again, we do not care how you live your life. It's just not what we wanted for our children. There was a lot of confusion, a lot of questions, and they were too young to even have, they just need to worry about being a kid. And so that was something that felt like it was really showing us, hey, we are on the right path. Because I feel like a lot of that was really prevalent when we were like, gosh, are we making a mistake? Are we supposed to be doing this? And then we started seeing these things. We're like, you know what? Yes. Let's give it a go. If we don't like it, we can always come back.
All right, cool. So now let's talk about the journey, kind of coming here. When we first got here, we were pretty much on cloud nine. We're like, this is amazing, beach all the time and all stuff. But there were some struggles, and we talk about this with you guys a few times on a few of these things. Is the biggest thing we noticed is we did not have near the amenities. It was not near as new here. Where we came from in Colorado, everything was brand new. We literally had Topgolf 5 minutes away. We had Costco right at this, it was all right there.
New homes, new buildings, new streets. I mean, it was just very new.
Yeah, and so it's and we moved into one of our Airbnbs, and so when we came down here, we're like, all right, that's fine. Eventually, we'll get our forever home. We're going to find our house that we want. But we just moved from a 4,500 square foot house that we just had built, 4 years ago, into, a smaller house. And we're like, fine, this is temporary. But we couldn't find what we wanted that matched up to what we kind of had back in our Colorado house. And so it was a struggle.
We thought once that we decided, yes, we're staying here, that we'd be like, great, we're going to buy a house.
Yep.
That's exactly what we thought. We're like, cool, we'll stay in here. It's temporary. We can do anything temporarily.
Yep.
And then we're like, oh, well, I don't really like any of those houses. Or, that doesn't really fit our needs. Or, gosh, the houses are really different here, actually. And we can't just go, in Colorado, you can go to any builder and you're like, I want this, and this. And if they don't have it, the one across the street does. That's just not what we ran into.
Well, and I think another thing about it, too, is it's also the characteristics of the house here that we weren't used to. We're used to, most of our houses had basements. Most of them are 2-story. We're in the area we're in. Most of them are ranch level. And so I think it was also getting used to that as well. But then there's a few other struggles where, it's like friends right away. We came here, day 2 that we were here, it was the 4th of July, and we're like, we don't have any friends.
For my birthday, we had the 4th of July, my birthday, and then Adelaide's birthday.
Yeah,
all in the same month that we moved here.
Yeah,
and we were like great, and coming from where we had family and friends galore.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that was definitely. If it was any other month, I felt like it wouldn't have hit us so hard.
So friends was the next biggest thing, because obviously our job we could take anywhere, because we did a channel just like this back in Denver. We feel like we could pick it up again. I've been in real estate for over 10 years, and so I was like, all right, we got all that. We're good with that. But friends was the biggest thing. And so I think when school started is when we really just got all kinds of friends kind of through school, they have this boohoo woohoo event here where once the kids go back to school, they all go up to the point. It's like this, it's almost like a network thing. I didn't go with you, so it was like
I thought it was like a networking thing, but really it is just the community of parents coming together and celebrating first day of school, or crying about first day of school, whichever one it is for you. But and honestly, that was when we started to recognize the type of people who lived here. Yeah,
and we kind of already knew, because coming down here when we had our Airbnbs and stuff, you go into the Walmart and it's like you cannot leave there without someone stopping you and talking to you about your kids or
strangers.
And we weren't used to that. Colorado, everyone's looking down, or they're just not looking at you at all, or they're on their phone. And so we're like, wow, everyone is so personable here. And so it's like finding friends within a month. I think it's just because we didn't really put ourselves out there when we first got here. After we did put ourselves out there, it was awesome. Now we have all kinds of friends here now, and I'm not sitting here trying to boast or nothing like that, but it is really easy to make friends here, because you can find people who have similar interests, whatever it might be, who do actually want to hang out.
Yeah, a lot of you guys, our clients, have asked, how did you meet your community? And between it being the Bible Belt and having that church community, to having all of these very common I don't know, like hobbies kind of.
Like
I guess,
fishing,
the beach,
beaching
yeah.
it. I mean,
The
even
boat,
camping up in
yeah.
like the northern side.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
river.
The
stuff.
river. Oh
and
yeah.
then on top of that, how sport, like they're so pro sports
kid
for these
athletics,
kids.
yeah.
That you end up making like your tribe through like your kids like athletics and sports, and
Yeah.
so. I don't know. And then everyone's just, I mean, obviously, like, this is where the South meets Florida. So I was like, hey, y'all, like, where are you from? You know, and
I'm going to say right now that I refuse to say y'all. Okay, that's the one part of
I have
Colorado that I'm
mastered
staying
it.
here. I was like, nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not saying that it's going to hold. I don't know, but
It's
I have noticed that our kids have seemed to have a little bit more of a Southern accent, and I'm like, what the?
Oh yeah, I'm like, yes, ma'am. No, sir. Yes, mama. You know, like I'm all in. I even write y'all almost in almost all my texts now. I said I'm here to stay, and I want to I don't know. I want my kids to be a little Southern accent,
Yeah.
have like all the
Those
manners.
Southern manners for
Now
sure.
I will say, the manners thing is something here.
Yeah.
That is something that is very unique to this area in the
Very unique,
South.
yeah.
Versus where we came from.
You don't have all the teenage girls dressed like Bratz dolls.
Oh my gosh. But literally it is a little more innocent. It's like 10 years behind schedule
Yeah, it's awesome.
when it comes to like the progressiveness or even just I don't know, like anything really. 10 years in real estate, 10 years in like the schools are not. The schools are like top notch.
Yeah, it's been awesome. And so now what it boils down to is, was it worth the move? The main reason that we wanted to lay out this entire story in front of you guys is maybe you have something similar, a similar story where it's like, God, it just seems like it's so much that's going to happen. Believe me, it was a lot in order to get here, a lot of, get everything transferred here, to have to go away from your family, all those things. Through all that, though, it was definitely worth it. We do not regret it one bit. We actually saved our house back in Colorado. We still have it, renting it out back there just in case this didn't work out and we had to go back there. Nope, we're planning
Not
on
even a
selling
little
it
bit.
next year. We're like, nope, there's no chance. We are staying here. And we actually kind of don't look forward to going. Hopefully our family's not watching this.
Sorry, we love you.
Yeah, we don't look forward to going back to Colorado. Like, our family comes out here to visit us because it's almost like we just had family out here. It's like a vacation to them, and it's like, come here because believe me, it's so nice here, and we can just enjoy the beaches and have a great time here and not have to deal with all the BS that seems to be going down in Colorado.
That is something, if you do move here, get ready for people to visit you more. So
Yeah.
if you think your family won't visit you,
And everyone wants to make it a vacation. So
Yep.
if you're like, try to be healthy during the week, you're like, I don't need out. And it's like,
gosh.
nope. That all goes right out the window because everyone wants to go to the beach. They want to try
you
out all the
wanna show-
restaurants.
and you wanna
They want
show
to drink all the
everything.
time. You're like, holy crap, I still got to work. Okay.
yes. But anyways, guys, I think it's pretty safe to say, even when we try to hide it, like we've even doing this video, we're like, okay, we're going to talk about the struggles and the good things. At the end of the day, like we're still in the house that our Airbnb. And
Yep.
is it a struggle? Every single day it's a struggle. We always are constantly talking about how we want to renovate it or find a new house or whatever. But at the end of the day, like that's just, I don't know, it's just not
It's
enough
so
to
minor.
say that, yeah.
The lifestyle that we've created for ourselves, I
Yeah.
mean, a house is just somewhere you lay your head, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, yes, we do have friends over and stuff like that, but it's so minor compared to all the different things. We've
Yeah.
probably hung out with our kids more here than we ever had back in Colorado.
It's so family
It
here.
is so family here. And even like the friends that we've met here, they're all super family, where it seemed like back home it's a little bit harder to find those super family friends who had the same values that we did. And so, I mean, this by far, if you are a family, this is the best upbringing that we could have ever had for our kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, that really attributes to why this was so worth the move.
If you have any more questions, this is something that we talk a lot about when
Yeah.
we do the Zoom with, our clients, like that first Zoom, or when we're kind of figuring out the best team. Please just let us know. Ask down below. Give us your feedback down below. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and also hit that notification bell because we are putting out new videos every single week. We are here to try to make these moves easier for you, educate you, give you the good and the bad, not just the good, but also the bad, so that you guys can make informed decisions. We're here to help.
And of course, guys, if you are looking at pursuing real estate, we have assembled the best relocation team to help you out with all your needs. We know the struggles that you might be going with since we went through the same exact thing. So give us a call or text at that phone number right below. Right below right there, licensed real estate agent, actually realtor here in the state of Florida, to help you out with all those real estate needs when purchasing real estate. Until next time, we love you. Bye.
Bye.